There are eyes that have been shut for centuries, yet still gaze upon us in the dark, not with flesh and bone, but with the weight of karma left unresolved. Tonight, step with me into a forgotten temple where the eyes are closed, but the gaze has never died. I never thought I would set foot in these mountains, but perhaps it was my darkest days that carried me here. For years I drifted in depression. Every morning, opening my eyes meant nothing, only a heavy emptiness where even sunlight felt hollow. Pills, therapy, conversations with friends. But the harder I tried, the more I felt like a decaying boat, adrift in a sea of fog. Then one night, I dreamed of an old man cloaked in Tibetan robes. His eyes glowed like burning embers. He raised a finger toward the white peaks and whispered, "There, you will find your answer. But beware, for even eyes that are shut still watch you." That dream haunted me, until one day I followed it, not as a pilgrim, but as a desperate soul chasing one last flicker of hope. The mountain road was jagged, cruel, alive with howling winds. Villages along the path turned their faces away. An old woman trembled as she warned me, "Don't go. That place is not for the living. The statues inside, their eyes are closed, yet everyone who enters swears they feel the gaze alive." By dusk, I saw it. A ruined temple, roof broken, walls drowned in moss, standing in fog like a giant corpse half buried in stone. I shivered and stepped closer. For after walking through the abyss of depression, I had learned the most terrifying eyes are not outside. They are the eyes within us, shut tight, hiding the darkness we fear to face. And so I crossed the threshold. The air inside was thick, half damp soil, half burnt ash. The wind outside died away. Only my footsteps echoed, booming like the heartbeat of some enormous beast. In the dim torchlight I saw them, dozens of statues in 2 long rows, seated cross-legged, covered in moss and dust. At first, lifeless stone. But the closer I walked, the more wrong they seemed. Their faces, not the compassion of Buddhas, not the serenity of bodhisattvas, grotesque, twisted, half human, half beast, mouths split to the ears, jagged stone teeth exposed, and the eyes shut. But it was those eyes that froze my blood, shut yet alive. Every step I took, I felt them shift, following me. No pupils, no irises, just sealed lids, hiding something burning beneath. I turned, expecting someone behind me. No one. Only my shadow, trembling on cracked stone. Then, from one statue, a dark stream oozed from its closed eye. Not water. Thick, congealed, metallic. Blood. Dried long ago. The sound of cracking stone filled the hall. Crick! Crick! Like ancient bones stirring after centuries. And then it came, a murmur. Not from outside, from inside the statues. Hundreds of voices layered together, chanting a scripture torn in half, broken, incomplete. The sound pierced my chest. I clutched my head, but the more I resisted, the clearer it became. And then, a call, clear. You, a pause, cannot escape. I raised my torch. The statue's eyes still shut, but from the slit, a faint red glow flickered like embers gasping their last breath. My heart seized, and in that moment I knew these statues had never been at rest, not once. The torch trembled in my hand, flames fading. The air thickened, so heavy it felt as if every speck of dust was watching me. And then I realized the horror. The statues weren't watching from one place. Wherever I turned, left or right, forward or back, their shut eyes clung to me. Within those narrow slits, red light smoldered, like coals refusing to die. Whispers swirled like wind through stone, at first meaningless, but then they formed my name, over and over, dragging up every wound, every sin, every shadow. I pressed against the wall, breath ragged. The statue before me cracked. Its lips split open, exhaling a frigid breath, a wheeze like lungs long rotten. I froze. And in that instant I remembered. The demon is not outside. The demon is the mind. To see a demon is to see the mind unpurified. Perhaps the statues were never truly watching. Perhaps they were mirrors, reflecting the darkness I carried. The torch sputtered out. Darkness swallowed all. I shut my eyes and saw them more clearly than ever. Not from statues, from within me. A voice thundered in my skull. You fear the dark because you refuse to face it. I gasped awake. The temple silent. The statue still. But I knew. I had crossed a hidden threshold, and those eyes, though shut, still followed. Silence again. No cracking stone, no breath of the dead. I stood frozen, drenched in cold sweat, and I thought, maybe the statues never moved at all. Maybe it was only my mind. I closed my eyes. Images struck me. Not ghosts, but memories I had buried. The face of a friend I had wounded with cruel words. My mother's sorrow as I walked away, leaving her alone in the cold house. The times I drowned in anger, envy, hate, all projected before me, like forgotten reels in the cinema of the soul. My body shook. The statues were not watching me. They were mirrors. A teaching echoed. Karma is not outside. It is the mind. You cannot escape it, for you carry it wherever you go. I opened my eyes. The temple was dim, but inside me, clarity. The true terror was not stone cracking, nor whispers of the damned. It was the confrontation with myself, with karma unredeemed. Those closed eyes did not threaten me. They reminded me. Even shut, even turned away, the gaze of karma follows. And then I thought, if I leave this place now, will I truly escape? Or will these eyes follow me still, into every dream, every breath, until I learn to let go? I turned to leave, and then, crack, crack, The air froze. Every statue groaned, stones splitting, dust falling like the throats of the dead moaning after centuries. Dozens of eyes still shut, but from their slits, thick black liquid poured, tar-like, glistening across the floor. The hall pressed down on me, and then, in unison, they whispered, "You cannot escape." The words shook my bones. The torch died. Darkness devoured all. I collapsed, trembling, eyes shut. But instead of blackness, I saw a red gaze opening within me. No statues, no hall, only eyes, opening inside my heart, illuminating every shadow I hid. A voice rose, not alien, but my own. "It is time. No one else. You are those eyes." I gasped awake. The temple still. The statues unmoved. No blood, no cracks. Only moonlight, soft and calm. My chest heaved, but fear had melted into serenity. What happened was no curse, no ghost. It was karma's call. In the dark, the shut eyes were never menace. They were reminder. We cannot run forever. We must return and look directly within. I bowed, hands pressed, and thought, Halloween is a night to fear wandering spirits. But the most haunting spirit is the one still trapped inside our own hearts. I stepped into the freezing wind, yet my soul felt weightless, and I asked myself, if I closed my eyes right now, would I see light or darkness? Eyes that are shut are not for rest. They are for reflection, not outward, but inward. We fear shadows, whispers, phantoms, but the darkest thing lies within. The unhealed wounds, the unforgiven past, the karma we drag from life to life. The Buddha once taught, the greatest enemy is not outside, but the mind untamed. Close your eyes, and if your mind is bright, you see light. If your mind is dark, you see only darkness. Halloween reminds us of death and ghosts. The Dharma reminds us of life in every fleeting moment. Every night carries a moon, and within closed eyes lies an invitation to awaken. So I leave you with this. When you close your eyes, what will you see? The light of compassion, or the darkness of fear you refuse to release? Listen closely, for the answer is the very path you will walk.